Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. In today's report, we are following two serious security stories from different parts of the country. Our first story comes from Uror County in Jonglei State, where two soldiers were killed during a confrontation with local army using Piri. Local authorities said the situation has now returned to calm and community leaders are working to resolve the matter through blood compensation. Our second story comes from Eastern Equatorial State, where an advisor to the state governor was wounded after unidentified gunmen reportedly attacked a convoy traveling on the Capoeira to Reed Road. The official was shot in the thigh and later taken to Juba for medical treatment. Well, these two incidents happened in different parts of South Sudan and under different circumstances. However, both raised important questions about security, the presence of weapons among civilians, road safety, local conflict resolution, and the protection of people traveling across the country. Well, before we proceed with this latest update, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to take the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let us start with two soldiers killed in Piri, Uror County. According to the authorities in Jonglei State said calm has returned to Piri after a confrontation between soldiers and local army use left two soldiers dead. The incident happened earlier this week in Piri, a town in Uror County. According to local officials, the confrontation was not part of a planned military operation. They describe it as a local incident that started suddenly after a misunderstanding. James Gatkur, the commissioner of Uror County, said the situation had been brought under control. According to the commissioner, local leaders are now working on blood compensation for the two soldiers who lost their life. Blood compensation is a traditional method used by some communities in South Sudan to settle cases involving death. It normally involves discussion between families, chief, elders, and community representatives. The aim is often to prevent revenge and stop one killing from leading to another. In many communities, when a person is killed, the danger does not always end with burial. Anger can remain, families may demand justice, relatives may seek revenge. If leaders do not intervene quickly, one death can sometimes lead to another. This is why traditional leaders often play an important role in local peace effort. In the case of Piri, authorities appear to be trying to prevent the incident from becoming a larger conflict. The county commissioner said the confrontation was an isolated event. He rejected suggesting that it was connected to wider fighting involving major army groups in the country. According to him, the incident was not connected to broader clash involving the South Sudan People Defense Force (SSPDF) and the SPLIO, or the army used commonly referred to as Y Army. This distinction is important because Jonglei State has experienced serious insecurity and political tension over the year. When an army incident happens in such an environment, rumors can spread very quickly. People may immediately assume that a local shooting is a part of larger political or military conflict. But according to the local authority, that was not the case in Piri. They say the confrontation began as a local incident and was quickly brought under control. The commissioner also said weapons taken from the soldier during the confrontation had been recovered. According to him, local chiefs collected the firearms and were working to return them to the military. Well, if completed peacefully, the return of the weapon could be an important sign that local leaders want to prevent further confrontation. Weapons taken during a deadly clash can become a major source of tension. The military may demand the return, local army group may refuse, suspicion can grow on both sides. But when chief and elders intervene and recover the weapon, it can reduce the possibility of another confrontation. A member of the Jonglei State Legislative Assembly representing the area, Galwaret, also confirmed that the situation had returned to calm. However, he gave more detail about what reportedly caused the violence. According to Galwaret, the incident began when a local young man fired a gun into the air while celebrating report about the capture of Walgak in Akobo by SPLA-IO forces. Celebratory gunfire is common in some places, but it is also extremely dangerous. Firing bullet into the air can injure or kill innocent people. It can also create confusion, especially in an area where security forces are already alert because of political or military tension. According to the account given by Red, an SSPDF officer shot and wounded the young man who had been firing into the air. After the youth was wounded, other local army youths reportedly became involved. The situation then quickly became violent. 2 soldiers were killed while other soldiers reportedly withdrew from the area. Local leader then intervened and the confrontation ended. According to official, calm has now returned. However, even when a confrontation ends quickly, the loss of life remains serious. 2 soldiers are dead. A local youth was reportedly wounded. Weapons were taken and later recovered. Families have been affected. The community has been shaken, and once again, South Sudanese people are reminded of how quickly a small incident can become deadly when guns are easily available. Well, this incident has raised an important question. How can an act of celebration turn into a deadly confrontation? According to the account provided by the local lawmaker, everything happened very quickly. A young man allegedly fired his weapon into the air. A soldier responded by shooting and wounding him. Other army youths then intervened. 2 soldiers were killed within a short period. What may have started as a celebration had become a deadly security incident. This shows how dangerous misunderstanding can become in heavily army communities. When civilians have guns and soldiers are operating nearby, one gunshot can be misunderstood. A soldier may think an attack has started. A civilian may believe the military is targeting the community. Other army people may react before they understand what happened. Then the situation can move beyond anyone's control. This is why communication between communities and security forces is extremely important. Security forces need to understand the communities where they operate. At the same time, civilians must understand that firing weapons into the air can create fear and confusion. Celebration should never cause life. A bullet does not know whether it was fired in happiness or anger or war. Once a weapon is fired, the consequence can be permanent. Well, let's move on to our second top story. Before we move on, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Well, a look at the blood compensation and the prevention of revenge. The announcement that blood compensation is being arranged in an important part of this story. For many communities in South Sudan, compensation is more than the payment of cattle or other property. It can be part of a wider process of reconciliation. Families may meet, chief may speak, responsibility may be acknowledged, agreement may be reached. The goal is often to close the past to revenge. Revenge killing have caused great suffering in many communities. One person is killed, a relative take revenge, then the other family respond. Soon a disagreement between 2 people becomes a conflict between families, villages or communities. Breaking this cycle is essential. However, compensation work best when everyone accepts the process. The families of the victim must feel respected. The community must support the agreement. Authority must also make sure that the settlement does not encourage future violence. Compensation should help restore peace. It should never create the belief that a person can kill someone and simply pay a price afterward. Life cannot truly be replaced. The deeper purpose of reconciliation should be to acknowledge the loss, accept the responsibility, and prevent another death. The incident in Piri comes at a sensitive time for Jonglei State. Different parts of the state face insecurity, political tension, communal violence, displacement, and army confrontation. Because of this, even a local incident can create wider fear. People may hear that soldiers have been killed and immediately worry that new fighting is beginning. Ramos can move faster than officials' information. This is especially true today because of social media. A short message can spread across Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, and other platforms within a minute. Sometimes the information is correct, sometimes it is incomplete, and sometimes it is completely false. During a tense security situation, misinformation can be extremely dangerous. A false report can cause people to flee. It can encourage army groups to mobilize. It can create fear between communities. It can even contribute to new violence. That is why local authorities should communicate quickly and clearly whenever a serious incident happens. People need accurate information. They need to know what happened. They need to know whether the danger is continuing, and they need to know what authorities are doing to restore calm. According to the official who spoke about the Pieri incident, the situation has been resolved and Uror County is calm. That is encouraging, but maintaining that calm will require continued dialogue. The families of those killed must be involved. The wounded youth and his family must also be considered. The military and local community leader need to communicate, and everyone involved must avoid action that could restart the confrontation. The people of Uror, like people everywhere in South Sudan, deserve to live without fear. They deserve to farm. They deserve to move freely. Children deserve to attend school. Families deserve to sleep without worrying that a local disagreement could become an army confrontation. Well, before we move on, please make sure you like and share the video. Thank you for watching. Let me meet on the next video.